One thing that we really wanted to discuss when I invited you on, which was very last minute, by the way, so thank you for that.
No, no worries.
Um,
Anything.
One thing that we wanted to talk about, and I think a lot of people don't know, is how you became a Christian. Now, granted, you grew up in church with me and with all of our friends and family, but how'd you become a Christian? How'd you join the faith? All that sort of stuff. Let's get into that.
Yeah, I know that Camilla is gonna get at me if I get this date wrong, but I think it's the 18th of August. Anyway, I'll come back to it. I'll try to remember it as I talk through it. But yeah, so grew up in church. Always been at FBC. Um, and I was just always surrounded by Christians. Went to a public primary school, but I don't think that really had any effect on me. It didn't phase me. It didn't really affect me or my brothers. Um,
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I actually think about that sometimes because normally when you go through the public system, like we were surrounded by like,
A lot of
everyone,
rubbish.
Beer on public school, a lot of stuff that's different to what you're surrounded by at church.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm actually kind of grateful for it because I went to a Christian high school, but then it's good that I wasn't too sheltered around like the real world where it was just church people and then Christian people at school, then Christian people through high school. Then I get into uni and I'm like, wait, this is what the world's really like.
Yeah.
Primary gave me like a good idea from the get-go that people are just.
Did you have a lot of conversations with people about it, whether it be your parents or your brothers or some spiritual leaders during that time? I mean, you're young, you're a primary school kid, but you got to think there's conversations happening that are keeping you on the right path.
Well, yeah, that's another thing that confuses me because like just going to church was enough for me to stay on the
Really?
on the
Okay.
right path. I guess it's different for every kid, but it's as if I knew what I believed in was true, and I didn't let anyone tell me otherwise. It got to the point where in year one, I was taking like my mates aside and trying to tell them about Jesus.
That's
Like,
awesome.
so I used to take a tract or whatever,
Mm.
like a tract from church, and then I would explain it to them as like a 7-year-old. And then they would be like, oh, so what do I do now? And then I'll be like, oh, you have to pray. They'd be like, what do I say? I'll be like, you have to say sorry for your sins and then ask Jesus to save you. And then they'll be like, sorry for my sins, please save me. And I'm like, no, no, no. But then I didn't know how to explain that you have to mean it. So,
Do you think that's from Sunday school and Bible club?
yeah, definitely. When we were growing up, I think it was got to the point when I was 6. It was August 18th of August. Camilla, please don't bash me if I got that wrong. 18th of August.
Trust me, she doesn't watch this show, so you're fine.
Ah, no, she'll watch it because I'm here.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Um, 2000 2006,
Okay.
I think. I think I got that wrong. The year's right, the month is right, but the day is wrong. But there were a couple of us in a room. I don't. There were quite a few of us in a room, and Auntie Leon
Yeah.
um just took each of us, like she shared the message of, like, obviously very simplified for us, of salvation, the reality of hell, and Jesus and the eternal gift. And yeah, Ryan actually was the first to stand up and say, I got saved, like I think he said, like last night with my mum and dad. They came and prayed with me, whatever. And that just like stirred the rest of us to slowly start putting
All
our
right.
hands
So
up.
it was a ripple effect.
Yeah, it was ripple effect. So basically
That is
Ryan's like,
awesome.
Ryan's, that's it. He's brought all of us. He's been a pastor since young apparently, but
Been a
um
Christian for a day and he stands
yeah.
up and witnesses to the rest of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
class. That
Who
is
else has done
awesome.
that? But yeah, so one by one, we just went to another room, and then we prayed with um, with Auntie Leon, and then we finished, came back, and then the next person should be like, "Is there anyone else?" And then the next person will be like, "Yeah,
The
I want
headsets.
to get saved."
How many of you?
Man, I don't remember. I think there would have been like 4 or 5 of us.
You got 5 kids getting saved on the same night in a Bible club.
Yeah, on the same night.
That is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
So it was, yeah, it was good. It was good. And right, I did definitely, even though I was 6, I understood what she was telling me.
Mm.
And after finishing the prayer, I was like so happy. I went home. I told mum and dad. I couldn't sleep because I was so excited. And the next day, I was just running up to kids saying, "Get saved now." like, like, it's amazing, your life will change. And I'm 6, but yeah, obviously it's not all lovely and sunny and
Yeah, but
roses, but
that initial
that
step,
initial,
that is
yeah,
awesome.